Good morning, everyone. My name is Abby Bliss White, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today we are going to do a one brand tutorial using a bunch of NARS products. I have had a NARS makeup artist do my makeup several different times and just wanted to show you, and I was kind of looking at my collection. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't shown you guys a couple of my standout NARS products, and two of them happen to be the Liquid Laguna NARS bronzer and then their lovely liquid blushes. And so I wanted to kind of talk about those, and then I thought, you know what, I've got enough stuff, I bet that doesn't surprise you, enough NARS products to do a almost full face tutorial. So if you are interested in seeing this sort of bronzy, radiant, simple eye, you guys, I am literally using a single shadow along with a eyeliner today. One of my favorites from NARS is the Larger Than Life eyeliners. They are just fantastic. So if you are interested in seeing this really actually super simple look, then please continue to watch and let's get started. Okay, let's dive in with our NARS goodies. We're gonna start out with the face. And you guys, I didn't wear the best shirt for this, so I'm actually going to tuck my little turtleneck in, and I know I'm like a baby. I'm gonna put a little bib on. Okay, let's get going. I am in shade Valaris, which is medium 1.5, and it says medium skin tone with pink undertones. You know what? I don't know about that, but that's what I was matched to, so we're going for that. You guys, you want to shake this really well, and this is a full coverage foundation. And it is just, you guys, it gives a beautiful finish, but a little goes a long way. So I'm going to take one pump and literally, do you see that? This little one big pump, like one little pump here, is going to be perfect for my entire face. And I'm just going to first take this, and I am going to take the Beauty Blender. I prefer the Beauty Blender because it shears this out just a bit. And you guys, I do really like this foundation, especially when I want that kind of good skin day, or maybe my skin needs a little bit. You guys, I know, I just said one, but a full pump did not come out when I did it. So I am just doing a few more little teeny dabs here. And we're gonna hope that this color is a good, okay. And then you guys, I am going to start again. I like to shear it out with a damp Beauty Blender because that is just the way I like to wear it. Otherwise, I think it looks a little bit cakey, and I don't want that. Now, I think this is kind of fun, you guys. I have a bunch of NARS products, and I kind of rotate in and out. So today we're kind of doing one of my favorite simple eye looks with healthy, glowy skin. And I'm hoping you enjoy it because there's lots of other brands that I like, but NARS was always one of those that when I was younger, that was my brand du jour. So I'm going to take a quick peek, and I want to give you guys a little update, but can you see how this just smoothed out my skin and kind of gave it a little bit of glow here? And I'm actually going to be using concealer as well. So I am just pouncing this foundation in, you guys. a little goes a long way, and I think that's what I like about it. If I want my skin to look really nice, but without a whole lot of product on my face, just a little teeny bit spread all around, and then you really want to pounce it into the skin, guys. I found that this looks very skin-like if you kind of spend the time. And then I would say one thing, a tip that I always like to do is kind of warm up my fingertips here, and then I want to meld this into the skin. I just think that is one of those things. Fingertips, if you do this little pressing through, it really just pushes that product into the skin and makes it meld into one. Okay, I think we are good here. I'm going to give you a little up close action. So you can see it's got a little bit of radiance here, but not too much. And this one feels very light on the skin, which I really enjoy, because sometimes these full coverage, they just literally feel a little bit too heavy on the skin. I love, of course, the perfected look, but I just hate that feeling. So I do have both this guy matte concealer, and then of course I have got the creamy concealer, and I have both of these in the shade Vanilla. I'm going with creamy, you guys. This was always my favorite. This is actually beautiful, but I like to use it more almost like foundation. And if that's the case, I need a little bit of a different color, because this is, you know, lighter. So Vanilla is my particular shade, and I am just gonna go just a little bit into the dark crevices here. And you guys, this was always a long time favorite. And again, I'm kind of doing a little bit, I am almost out of this guy, guys. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of lightness through my T-zone here. And then again, you guys, with this guy, I'm going back to my damp beauty blender, because again, that creamy concealer is amazing, but it definitely has coverage. And so I like to take this and get way up underneath my eyes with the damp beauty blender with that. Otherwise, it'll be too creasy. And you guys, I have just found that all concealers are going to crease unless you really set it, you know, with kind of more mature, older eyes. Okay, so from here, and you guys, can you see that little lightness through the eyes? Just a little bit. Okay, now that we have got a little bit of concealing going on underneath, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work with some liquid products, okay? I have a couple favorite things, and to warm up the skin, I'm going to be using the Laguna Liquid Bronzer. You guys, this is an amazing product if you are not familiar with it. And then I'm also going to be using one of their liquid blushes. This, again, gorgeous. So before I set, I like to finish off with all my liquid, and then we'll set the face. Okay, so I'm going to take this loveliness and I'm going to put a little dot on. And you guys, this is just a super pretty color. And I can't believe I haven't talked about this before. Anyways, I'm going to take a couple dots, kind of a little bit underneath the chin here. And then I'm going to blob it up where the sun would naturally hit, a little bit underneath my cheekbones to sculpt here, on the bridge of the nose, because that's where you would see sun. And then you guys, I like to do a little shadow. I like to do a little shadow underneath my chin for double chin action. Now, you can either use your complexion brush or your beauty blender. I tend to use the Beauty Blender just because I really like that sheared out look. So we're gonna do that first, and then with a little bit more, we can go back through if we need some with that Complexion brush. But you guys, the one thing about using these liquid kind of cream products is I just feel like it gives you a natural look. And you do want to work quick. So I usually just do one side at a time, but I was wanting to show you guys. So I'm going to go underneath that chin here. And then I want to show you, this is the dried down color. So this is a really nice, it's almost a teeny bit cool toned. So I feel like you get that warmth, but you also get, let's make sure we blend out through the nose. And then I wanted to see if you can see how this just warms up your skin, and we're gonna do a little layering action today. So one other tip is that you can actually use this liquid bronzer and just put it into your foundation, okay? This is sometimes what I will do in the summertime. I will actually use the NARS Tinted Moisturizer with a squirt of this. And then it just gives such a lovely coverage, but warms up the skin. Okay, so I think this is already dried down. I'm just gonna take a little bit off the back. And again, just kind of going in with the buffing brush now into those places just to really buff it into my skin. I love, love, love this product. It is just a super versatile product as well. And both of these products, you guys, a little is going to go a long way. Okay, so we are getting there with Complexion here. I'm gonna give you a little update here, see if you can see. Warmed up the skin. Okay, now I could go heavier, but we're gonna layer another bronzer on top. So that's just sort of your first layer. These liquid NARS liquid blush. I have it in Dolce Vita. I was tempted to get Orgasm, but Orgasm, I don't know. I don't know if it's quite the right, I know it's universally. This one gives you just a little bit more flush, so I know it looks really dark. And a little, again, I'm not using this much, but I wanted to show you this beautiful color. So isn't that pretty? This is just gonna give you a little lovely flush. And you guys, what I do is I just put a little on the apple, like a little on the apple of my cheek. And then we're gonna quickly take this Beauty Blender and we are just going to pounce this. We better get this guy before it gets, okay, so you guys see already, this just looks like, I know it looks a little clown-like, but I just want to show you that it shears out beautifully. And I tend to just do a little bit right in the cheeks and then bring it out just a little bit, if that makes sense. I don't like go all the way up with the dots because this is super pigmented. And I just love, this is considered a, I think it's called a matte dusty rose, and I think that was it. The Hourglass, I mean the Orgasm sometimes has just a little bit of sparkle in it that sometimes just looks a little bit artificial, whereas I kind of like this little kind of flush. So it almost looks as if I have been just coming back from a run and I have that lovely kind of like flushed or a good workout, and we are just kind of pouncing that in. So you guys, I'm not using any of the rest of that because that's what I'm saying. A little goes a long way. I want to see if you can see. Just like that. I want to kind of keep it a little bit flushed and natural. If you want, I'm going to just show you the application with the brush. Is I just take a teeny bit, and I'm using this that also has a little bit of foundation on it, you guys. One thing is, if you're using some liquid products and it gets a little too liquid or cream, the beauty that I love is I can always take a little bit more foundation and then just kind of meld it into the skin with the foundation on top. So that one always tends to work well. Okay, we're getting a little flushed here, but the good thing is what I'm gonna say is once I set this with powder, it's all gonna kind of come together. And that is liquid here. Okay, now we're gonna be moving on to our powder products, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I do not personally have a NARS powder right now in my collection, but I have in the past used the NARS HD powder. And when I've had to do headshots and stuff for my business, they've always used that NARS white HD powder. And basically it takes away shine and everything. They just swear by it. So a lot of makeup artists use that, you know, NARS HD powder. I am going to just take a little bit of Hourglass Mineral Veil, and I am just going to tap this to set everything in place. And then we will move on to some of the powder products, as well as a simple eye that you guys, this is my favorite little NARS eye. That's how I kind of got inspiration to do this one tutorial, because I used to wear this eye all the time, and now they have come out with a new formula of their single shadows. I'm going to take a little bit of powder on the other end, and I'm going right underneath just a little bit. And you guys know concealer and eye and powder scares me, but this one does not seem to this powder doesn't tend to sit in my wrinkles. So, okay, we have set the face, and I'm hoping you can see, because you can still see that I have like a flush, natural kind of glow going on, even though we are using a more full coverage foundation. Okay, next up, real quick, my daughter made me buy this. I never use eyeshadow primer, but we'll go ahead and use it since we have it, because this is supposed to be the best of the best. So we're gonna put this on real quick before we move on to a little of powder products, but we'll get our eyes primed. So you guys, I know this is an extra step, but she told me this is the most amazing eyeshadow primer, eyelid primer ever. So we have it. No, I don't normally use it, but hey, we are gonna use it today. Okay, well, that is kind of drying down. I am going to, you guys, I have, this is a limited edition, so I'm not gonna be using a whole lot of these products, but I bought the Blonde Atomic little kit during the summer. Basically, I loved these eyeshadows. They have a super pretty highlighter, and this is called Last Call. And then this is a bronzer that is not Laguna, but this is called Unleashed. This is a little bit dark for my skin tone, but this little highlight is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of a little bit rosy gold. And again, since that they don't have this currently, I'm just gonna use a teeny bit of both, but otherwise, you know, Laguna or whatever your favorite. So I've already got some bronzer going on, but I'm just going to top a little bit of powder. I'm taking my little e.l.f. And you guys are going to laugh. I still do not have my Tom Ford. It's supposed to show up after all that. I was waiting for it, waiting for it. It never showed up. So I'm actually picking it up today. And so we will be trying that out next. So you guys, can you see that's a little bit deep? And I just did a very light hand here, and then I'm gonna buff that in. Okay, we're just doing a little layering of products. And then the fun part, I wanna use this little highlighter, which is beautiful. And again, I do think NARS does a really pretty job with highlighters. And I'm just kind of going right up the tops of my cheekbones. We'll do a little on the bridge of the nose, but very natural. Want to see if you can see just a little bit of champagne-y, a little bit of rose. There's a little bit of rosy color in that. Okay, You guys, I think we are glowing, okay? It is time to put on the eyeballs. And my absolute favorite shadow ever is called Cashmere. And I just repurchased one in the new formulation. And this is the color. It is a muted, taupey kind of, I just love it. It has a little bit of gray, a little bit of taupe. And you guys, this is just like one of these super easy eyes that you can do. I'm gonna wear this all over my eyes. So one thing I do like to do is just give myself a teeny bit of shadow with whatever bronzer I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead, and again, this is a little bit dark, but I'm gonna use just a little bit of a bronzer. So what I would say is whatever bronzer you currently use, I'm gonna have you do that. So I just take a teeny bit of the bronzer and I just wanna create a little shadow. And let's get to the beauty. So just, can you see how that just sort of made my eyes give a little definition? Then I just take this simple, beautiful shade, and again, it's like, it has a little bit of satin sparkle in it, but it's not over the top. So I am just going to literally place this all over the lid, and you're gonna see how it just sort of makes your eyes pop. You guys know I love a simple eye. And again, just kind of going through here. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. A little bit of lightness to the eye. And I just think it is such a great kind of universal shade. Taupey, has a little gray undertone. I just think it would go with anybody's eye, and I just think it gives you a little brightness. So then the next NARS product that I absolutely love is their larger than life, I believe that's what it's called. Yep, larger than life eye pencil. And this one is in Saint Honoré, Rue Saint Honoré, and it is a beautiful kind of navy blue shade. So you guys, I tend to like eyeliners that are either like ocean colored, gray tone, blue for my particular eye, hazel eyes. And then the other thing is just black tends to be a little bit harsh as I've gotten older. So I tend to stick to more of those gray, blue, navies, browns, but some browns can make my eyes look a little red. So here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to tight line. I kind of try to do this line right by the lash line, okay? And the reason I love these so much is that they do not move around. These ones, you guys, are actually even hard to get off at night. So I'm first gonna go underneath my eyelashes. And you guys, so I'm kind of wiggling down by my, by my lashes, okay? I'm just trying to dig in a little bit closer to that as I poke myself in the eye. And then I am gonna do a little bit of lining on the top, but let's do this other one first. So I first try to go through real close to the lash line. And you guys, I usually do this with both hands, so if it looks a little crazy, I just want you to see that that just pops open the eye a lot. And just trying to get right down there. Okay. The other thing that I like about these is that they screw from the bottom. Now I'm going to go through and I am going to do a little bit of line just to give my eyes a little bit of definition here. So I'm going to close and I'm going to try to go as close to the lash line as possible. And I'm gonna be smudging this out and kind of using it as a little liner, but this color is so pretty and it looks so good with that cashmere. Then I'm gonna take this Charlotte Tilbury or whatever brush or even a Q-tip, and I'm going to smudge this out really quick because, as I said, these guys are pretty infallible, okay? They are, once you have them on, they are not going to budge, which is one of the reasons I love them. And then as you can see, just a nice little pretty, really pretty kind of blue shade there. Then I'm gonna go over to the other eye. Okay, you guys, it's sort of a smudged out, just soft line on top. Now, I do not have any NARS mascara. I wasn't a huge fan of the Climax, so I am going to go and put on some quick mascara, and then we will finish off the look with a NARS lipstick. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I had a little mascara malfunction, so I was using the is it Vanish? I was using Caution, the Hourglass Caution, but for some reason today it decided to clump up like no tomorrow. So taking a few moments to clean that up, but let's quickly put on one of my favorite lipsticks from NARS, and then we will finish up. So you guys, this is called Cruising, and this is one of their original formulations. It's very glossy, creamy, and I just love this color. I have been wearing a little bit lighter of lipsticks due to having my Invisalign. You guys you just get them all over your trays, and I'm finding that the lighter shades, if you can see that, just look a little bit better. And the reason I love this, it's just a very easy, versatile color. I think it's described as a pink beige color, and this is just a really nice kind of nude. If you like something that's more on that pinky beige nude, I think you'll really like this. But do you see how it gives you color payoff, but it is creamy? Very moisturizing for the lips. And then I think we are almost done, you guys. So I am just gonna go ahead and set everything with my Eve L'Homme. Like basically this is the Radiance Mist, but because I powdered down and have on a couple different layers, I wanted to just take a moment to kind of mist this so I don't look cakey. And then I will give you a close-up as to this one brand tutorial. So we'll let that kind of, let me fix my hair here. We'll let that kind of sink in, you guys. But I just want to go ahead and close my eyes one more time and just show you this easy eye look. It is just, to me, just really easy to wear. It gives your eyes a little bit of a pop. And if you're not into blue liner or anything, you could use any liner with that cashmere. It would be fun to, I was like having fun. So two standouts I wanted to talk about is the liquid blushes and the liquid Laguna bronzer. You guys, I just really love this for making it look really seamless into the skin and look natural. Again, I like powder products as well, but these two are kind of standout NARS products. Super pigmented, just gorgeous. And if you have any other shades of this, I would love to hear what your favorites. But anyways, you guys, I hope this was kind of a fun tutorial today, and I have some more goodies coming up for you. So thank you for watching, and I will be back soon with another video.